Tuesday, lunchtime update. Even though it's not lunchtime. I mean, it's noon, but I'm not going in for lunch right now because we actually got a little bit of cloud cover. I forgot to grab the GoPro earlier. I meant to take it and show what I just got back from doing, but we're gonna talk about that now since I didn't take the GoPro. We've got these two outdoor pens over here where the butcher cows and some of the bred cows are. And we've always got horses or something out there. And there's no shade out there unless we let them into the covered working facility barn. Or the old barn over there. And which is fine, but when we have several groups of things over there, it becomes kind of congested. So I've always wanted to put some roof or something over the outdoor pens so that there would at least be shade, because this last week has been brutally hot. Yesterday was the hottest day we've had, and I was like, holy cow, we gotta figure something out. So I had been texting people saying, hey, who sells shade cloth locally? And found out that Harbor Freight sold some, but they weren't real big. I think it was 8 by 16 or 10 by 16, something like that. Pretty affordable. But I texted a friend of mine from church because I figured he would know, and he was like, well, I've got some tied up to my old dairy barn. He said that I've been wanting to get off. He said because it's just an eyesore, and he said I don't use it anymore. He said if you'll come take it down, you can have it. And I was like, no way, that's awesome. That was yesterday. So today I went over there. I wanted to be over there a little earlier because it was hot, but that's what I've got piled under the feed box here, is some shade cloth that he had bought. He thinks it's 80%, but anything is going to be better than what they got. So here's the outdoor pens here, right? So let's go take a look at what I'm thinking. All right, what I'm thinking about doing right now, once I get this unfolded and I really see how big they are, I kind of know more. But what I'm really thinking about doing is tying it along the edge of the barn and then coming down, and I can anchor to this fence and then run a wire all the way, or a rope or something. I've got some paracord. That was another friend of mine's idea. He's like, I've seen people just use paracord. He said, because it, you know, that shade cloth doesn't weigh anything. So we're gonna see if we can't get that wired up, roped up, tied up over here. If that doesn't work very good, I can go down and just do it flat over those two corners of the fence down there. So we're gonna start with, I think I'd rather do it up here just because it's uphill, it's by the water, you know. So if they're gonna stand here, if I do it down there, they're just gonna stand in there and they won't drink all day because it's shady. And so I'd rather have it up here where it's, and I feel like, you know, then there's partial shade from the roof, because when the sun starts going down in the afternoon, that part does get shady late in the afternoon. So it's cloudy right now, so it's kind of shady right now. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this done before I go in for lunch. So another update, kids are back at school. Today was their first day, so don't have any help. They were excited to go back to school though. They have had a busy summer. We have done everything from paintball to a couple road trips. Gosh dang it, we have done so many things. Rodeo, which we still have 2 rodeos. We've gone to the drive-in movies a couple times. We have, I don't know, it's been endless. What did we just do the other day? I can't remember now. Oh, see, it's all just a blur. Oh, we went frog gigging. That's what we did the other day. We have gone fishing. They have done everything that you can think of. Besides camping. We did not get to go camping this summer, but that's because it was rainy. And then once it quit raining, it was go time, and we didn't get caught up until like last week before. And by then it was so hot, no one really wanted to go camping. So now we're just waiting for it to cool off. There's this little bit of rain that's supposed to be moving in later this week, and like the highs next week are in the 70s. So we're planning, we don't have a rodeo for 2 weekends. We're gonna be planning a camping trip one of those weekends and go hang out by the river, do some camping, do some fishing. But yeah. So let's see about getting the shade cloth put up, because as you can tell, it's getting sunny now, and it gets hot when you're a black-hided animal sitting out there and you got nowhere to go, you know. Honestly, they're handling it pretty well. I just feel bad for them. So we're gonna get some of this cloth put up and hope it works. All right, if I don't get stung by a wasp, that'll be good. All right, so I've got this kind of unfolded here. Looks like that tarp might be a little bit bigger. So I've got it kind of propped up there in the middle. But I think this is gonna work the way I envision. We're about to find out. I'm gonna start tying it up and we'll see how it looks. But that should give them a decent area, as long as I can get it tied up, you know, where it's not just dangling. But you can see the amount of shade that is producing. So if I get this tied up and it is secure, that should work quite well. So I am hopeful on that. All right, so I've kind of got that strung up, and I already see something I'm gonna make a change to. So I took this paracord and I weaved it through, this grommet was ripped, so I didn't do that one. But I weaved it through all these, tied it up there, and then I went and tied it off to that post. And if you stretch it taut, you know, keep it tight. But this is moving, so I need to untie it from there and tie a knot in it here to keep this, you know, straight. Because I mean, if you look at that, that's pretty straight. So I think that'll work adequately. I do believe so. There, I like that better. It's flat, and like I am 5 foot I don't know, 8, and I can stand up under here, so cows will be able to. And like, I don't even have it tied up all the way, so we will be able to get it drawn up more when I grab it here, you know, and pull it back up there. It's just gonna take lots of anchor points, but that's okay, because I'm happy. This is gonna work really well. I mean, like, if they wanted to cram in here, you could probably fit 20 cow, like full-grown cows under here if you wanted. Now it would be tight, but if they wanted to, they could. And I'm never gonna have that many in here. Like right now, there's 6 in here, so that'll be plenty of space. And it's, the water tank's covered. This is working. This is working as well as I envisioned it working, so that's happy. The only thing I don't like is this. You know, it's right at clotheslining height, but I can shut these 2 gates right here, and you know, like when I drive the tractor in here to feed, I come through that gate and I drive up there anyway. So like, I don't have to drive anywhere where this is. And the nice thing about this is I could just untie it there and untie it at the corner and roll it up out of the way if I needed to. It's not that big a deal. This isn't like I'm building a roof over this, right? So now when it comes to here, I'm gonna have to get a little more creative, because I do have to come in through there to feed here. So I'll probably just end up going from like this corner to that corner and tying it up that way, which should still work. So all right, let's see if we can get the rest of this put up, because I'm happy. This is working well. Well, that's probably all I'm gonna do for today. See how they get along with that. As you can tell, these guys have already figured it out. There's 2 down here that I'm gonna go get and push up here, so they can kind of figure it out. So the wind's blowing pretty normal, you know, and that's just kind of flopping. The wind can kind of pass through it, so, and it's light. We'll see if that holds it up. I've got more spots that I can tie to if I need to, but like I said, I want it to be where I can just come and untie that corner, let it down, untie that corner and let it down, and then get to everything that I need to get to without being just tied up everywhere, you know what I mean? So yeah, go up there and find that shade, see how you guys get along with it. Thinking about it, they're like, I don't know. Everybody else is standing in that corner, but those 2 don't want to go over there. They'll figure it out. I don't want to chase them. It is hot. I don't know what the feel like temp is right now, but It is in fact warm. So I was happy to see those ones come up under it. Oh, there they go. Those two are going under there. I was happy to see everybody come under it because they instinctually know, hey, it's cooler here, you know. So that's what it looks like right now. I feel like that's a success, personally. I don't want to get too close because I don't want to scare them out of their shady little corner. You can see the other group is still in the pen inside the barn that I left them in, but that's because I haven't pushed them out. But I'm fixing to, because they're just making a mess inside there and it's hard to clean. So I'll push them out because their side is up. And yeah, I'm happy. So to my friends, thank you. It is good to have good friends. My buddy Jake for having that good idea with the paracord, and of course my buddy Jason for, oh, I call Jason my buddy. Jason, we're buddies now. I know you watch me when you're on your lunch break on YouTube, so give me free stuff and I'll consider you a buddy. But yeah, very appreciative. Your friend group, your faith family, your network, they're all very important people. So you better treat them right. All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap on today's video. Thanks for sticking around. And as always, any questions, comments, concerns, queries, quandaries, whatever, leave them in the comments. Thanks for sticking around to this point. I'm going to go inside and get a drink of water. It is hot.